Very good evening to you. Welcome to live shopping here at liveshopping.vip. Look who's in the building! Two of my favourites. We've got Lynda with us and her fabulous, I don't want to call you sidekick, that's a bit rude.
No,
what would you call
them what you want. He answers to anything.
Wow, I was going to say friend, but obviously not. Ian's going to do the demonstrations for us in this hour. So, super easy to shop with us here at Live Shopping. You can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and on our website, which is liveshopping.vip. If you want to shop with us on either of our social platforms, we're going to show you a product, and that product will have a code. And all you need to do is type shop and then that code into the comments underneath the video, so you can shop while you watch, which is fabulous. That's going to pop that product into a basket for you, and then we're going to send you a message, and in that message there is a link to check out. You're going to click that link, log into your account, and then check out. You can also watch directly and shop on the website, liveshopping.vip. So you can literally click watch live on the website. All the items will open up down the side of your screen, and you just select the ones that you want to add to that basket. They'll appear at the top in a little red shopping bag, and when you're ready to turn those into happy post, but not in this case because it's digital, you're going to click on that, and as soon as you've checked that out, you can be downloading it and playing with it and crafting, which is super, super, super exciting. Lynda Chapman in the house at last, can I just say. Ian, it's lovely to meet you. We're going to come down and do some demos with you in a little bit. Is that all right?
Yes, in a bit.
Lovely, fabulous. Oh,
Pollyanna.
Earth Angel.
I know, Pollyanna.
That the only way I can describe that lady.
Yes, sadly no longer with us.
So she's now an angel up there, but she's looking down on us all.
She's left a legacy.
Every time I came in here to just have a look round, nobody was in here, and I walked past that counter and the same card fell off 3 times.
Really?
And I went, Pollyanna, if you think that's funny, it's not. Stop it. And I walked past the last time and it stayed exactly where it was.
Do you know that there was one time in the Create Craft studio that we'd done the morning show, so we'd done 2 hours. And we came back at 6 o'clock, and I just walked across the set to wish Anna Lou luck. There was this white feather that big stuck to an easel. Now, where on earth would a feather that size come from?
Amazing.
And I still have that feather.
Isn't that funny?
And I'll tell you another story. Obviously, you know, I went to Pollyanna's funeral. It was in Chesterfield crematorium. It was a beautiful service. And as we were walking back to the car park, Anna Louise was behind me with Virginia McKenna. And as we walked up the steps to the car park, out from under this shrub comes a robin. And yeah, it was really spooky.
Amazing,
yeah,
isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's still with us, and certainly her artwork is still with
us.
us.
Oh my goodness. And, you know, it's such a privilege. I've had this license now. The Crafty Witches now have the license, exclusive license to produce digital downloads using Pollyanna's artwork. And it's just mind-blowing.
It's a privilege, isn't it?
Absolutely. And, you know, for Anna Lou to now be carrying on the baton, because it was one of Pollyanna's last wishes that she said, I want you to carry on. And Anna Lou said, I don't think I can do it. She said, you can, because Lynda will be there with you.
Absolutely.
And every show we do, we feel that she's with us.
Yeah.
Now, what we're going to show you today is what we've produced since we left Create and Craft.
Oh, nice.
So a lot of you will not have seen these collections.
Absolutely, fabulous.
So what we have is a dog collection called A Country Walk. And for many years, Pollyanna, she lost her husband at a very early age, and of course she had to earn money. And she used to do dog portraits. People used to come and bring their dogs to the house. She lived not far from here, and Anna Lou still lives only half an hour away in Matlock.
Fabulous.
And there was one story where this beautiful golden retriever came to have his portrait painted, and they have a duck pond in the garden, and he ended up in the duck pond, and he had to go and be hosed down in the shower in Pollyanna's bathroom. But for many, many years, she was known as the dog artist. And she had a stand at Crufts. And that's where I got interested, because everybody knows I absolutely adore Old English sheepdogs. We've had 9. We've been in the breed for 50 years. I, as Lexi the Dragon Slayer, is the 9th Old English we've got. And Pollyanna had painted the best Old English sheepdogs I've known, and I have an original piece of her artwork on my lounge wall. Very privileged. So the main collection we have is called A Country Walk.
It is.
And it's got 10 of the most popular breeds of dog. Now, the angel policy with Pollyanna is the same as with the Crafty Witches. As long as you make a finished product, bearing in mind you can put whatever you can put through your printer and print onto. If you make it up, so printed material, you can make tote bags, you know. So now you've got your sublimation. The world's your lobster.
Absolutely.
And as long as it's a finished product, you can make to sell for personal profit or for charity. Now, how I started my crafting journey was helping with an animal charity. I was a treasurer for a cat and dog charity, and we needed to raise funds. I'd wished that I had something like this, because it would have made my job a devil of a lot easier to do that. So we are more than happy for you to make to sell for charity or personal profit. And this artwork is just, and there's just, the one thing you've got to remember about Pollyanna is every animal, every bird you see in her artwork has had or has a heartbeat. She always drew from real life. She never took photographs. She didn't use the internet or anything like that. She has seen all of these animals in their natural habitat. Or for most of the British wildlife, she had wildlife sanctuary before she started travelling the world. So I can tell you stories behind Dennis the fox, Norton the badger, Dudley and Sydney the donkeys. But if we concentrate on the dogs,
let's have a look. So Shop Walk is going to get you what Lynda is about to show you. It's $19.99, so a cracking price to be able to get a worldwide renowned artist's artwork to use in your crafting is again a privilege. So make the most of it while we've got this in.
She
Shop
is
Walk.
Still regarded as one of the top 5 world wildlife artists and domestic, and she's still winning awards posthumously.
Amazing.
So here we've got 10 of the most popular breeds of dog. We've got the yellow and the black Labrador, the chocolate Labrador, the Border Collie, the German Shepherd, the Border Terrier, the Cavalier King Charles, a Jack Russell, a Westie, and this was their cousin's dog.
Lovely.
A Springer Spaniel,
Andrew would like that.
and the Golden Retrievers.
Fabulous.
But look at the backgrounds.
Oh, incredible.
Because I think what we tend to concentrate more on the animals than we do the background. But she was such a polished and accomplished artist.
Incredible.
It just an absolute joy to you miss things when you start looking at them. I mean, this, as I say, she lived locally, and these would be the sheep that would come past the place where they lived. Incredible.
I mean, just to be able to draw hands like that and paint hands like that is a skill. It's a God-given gift, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you're born with this instinct inside
she trained to be an artist. But it's funny because she used to say, her headmistress said, "What do you want to do when you leave school?" And she said, "I want to be an artist." And she said, "Choose something else to do."
Yeah, but she ate those words.
In each of the collections, you're going to get 10 collections there. These are what you're going to find in each of the 10 collections. So you've got backing papers, you've got toppers, you've got something about the dogs, you've got pillow boxes, you've got hexagonal boxes, you've got stacker cards, tags, sentiments, panel cards. We'll go through the laptop at some point.
Absolutely.
So for each of the 10 dogs, you're going to get all of that. Then what we've put on the show is we've done what we call our ready-made card sets. Now these were
is this?
Yes. So these are sets of cards in 7 or 8 sizes. I can't remember. 7 sizes. You get the 12 cards, so you've got 12 pieces of artwork. Now these, Anna Lou and I chose these 12 pieces of artwork as our most popular. That's Angel the Barn Owl.
Love this.
This is Horatio the Hare.
I love Horatio.
The Robin, Bobbin the Robin. That was one of my choices. I just, look at the raindrops.
I know. It's amazing, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You can see him shivering.
Yeah.
Can't you?
Then you've got the tiger, but look at the background. That's all painted. That's not painted on a background. Pollyanna painted the background as well. Then we've got the panda. Her and Anna Lou spent 6 weeks in a panda hospital helping rear a baby panda. This is Mary the tawny owl, who was rescued as an egg.
Wow.
Then we've got the stag. We've got the beautiful, I think that's a leopard, that one. That's a margay that you find in South America. That was one of my choices as well.
Wow.
This is Elsa, the lioness. That was a special painting that Pollyanna did to raise funds for the Born Free Foundation. This was another one of my choices. I just love the way that leopard cub is trying to play with the snowflakes. Isn't it? You get the insert, so every card has a matching insert, and every card has a matching envelope.
Isn't that fabulous?
And we've also then done the boxes for you to either cut out as SVG files or as PDF files. And we've given you the belly band, which I hate that word.
I do too.
And we've given you the labels to put on the front and sell them as packs of 6 or 12. Now, Ian worked out, was it £1?
£1.49 for the 6x4s
to print 12 cards. You could easily sell that £3.99.
Well, you said you were selling them at £5 a box, didn't you, at Christmas, and you couldn't keep them in stock. Look at that. Isn't that fabulous?
It looks really professional.
It really does. Instead of going out and buying charity cards, make and sell these and then donate some of the profits to charity, because that's a lovely thing to do, isn't it? And what an amazing opportunity to get this artwork literally on your craft desk at home. I think it's fabulous.
So that's the ready-made cards.
Right, darling. Go on, I'll help you with this.
We've got, my hand's starting to shake.
Right. Oh, bless you.
Best of friends. Oh, we all love donkeys. Now we've adopted a donkey. We've adopted a donkey down in Dorset, I think he lives. This is Dudley. It could be Dudley or it could be his friend Sydney. The 2 donkeys arrived at Pollyanna's just to stay for a few weeks. They stayed there for 2 years.
Brilliant.
And these are Dudley's friends.
Right, so everything we've gone through so far is Shop Walk, right?
Yes.
And that's $19.99.
And the card pack is... What's the code for that?
Hang on. Right, so I've got Walk, which is that. I've got Friend. Ready. Right, okay. So Shop Walk is going to get you... Show me again.
The 10 dogs.
The 10 dogs,
that. Then you've got the ready-made card pack.
Okay, Shop Walk will get you that. Then you've got your ready cards, which is Shop Ready, $9.99. That's a cracker, isn't it? Because you could make that 100 times.
Then we've got
Friends.
Best of Friends.
Yep, Shop Friends, $6.99.
So on here, you're going to get toppers, inserts, sentiments, alphabet tiles, boxes, tags.
Wow.
Just beautiful.
I love donkeys. They just remind me of Cleveland's Beach when I was a kid.
Yes, lovely.
And you used to pat them and all the dust came off.
Yeah. Then we've got...
Oh, this is lovely.
This is Dennis the Fox.
This is Shop Fox, and this one is $6.99.
So Dennis the Fox was found as a cub wandering Matlock Town Centre.
Wow.
And nobody else would take him in because foxes are nuisances. So he was a menace. That's why he was called Dennis.
Although we are in his
environment. So Pollyanna took him in, got him back to health.
Yep.
And eventually when he started chasing the chickens, she found him a new home over on an arable farm in Lincolnshire.
Wow.
Where he spent the rest of his life. He never wandered very far from the farmyard. And he used to turn up at the farmhouse door because he liked bourbon biscuits. And he liked to go in and watch Coronation Street.
That's hilarious.
So that is Dennis the Fox.
That's brilliant. So that's Shop Fox, $6.99.
Then we've got Norton the Badger. Norton was called Norton the Badger because when he was rescued, he came in a box on the back of a Norton motorbike.
Wow.
So again, he was nursed back to health and then set free into the wild, you know, not far from where he was found. But again, you're getting the same contents as you have with the donkey and with Dennis.
Fabulous. And that is Shop Badger, $6.99. Fabulous.
And then let me show you. So this is one of the toppers sets from the Country Walk.
These are lovely.
And then what Ian's done is, this is just to show you how good the artwork is. This is the topper. He's taken it to Adobe Reader because these are all PDF files, and he's done a snapshot. And if you Google or you go onto our website, there are inspiration and information.
Yep.
Excuse me, files that tell you how to do a snapshot.
Okay.
So that's the actual size. But then,
so tell me where you find that information.
www.thecraftywitches.co.uk, and on the top bar it says information and inspiration.
Right. And what's your Facebook page, please, Lynda?
Creative Friends. That's a closed group because we're only fussy who we let in. But once you've answered the questions, they're not difficult, you know. We don't want to know your age or anything like that. On there's all the inspiration. All of the girls and boys do post there. If you've got a particular card you like the look of, like if you see that one with the German Shepherd on.
Let's have a good look at some of these samples.
If you look at that one with the German Shepherd on and you ask which clever person made that, I will answer you.
Which clever person made that?
Well, I
Lynda?
made that one.
Did you? Just that one?
No, I made 5 of them.
Did you? 5 of them?
I made 5 of them.
It's
just to keep
you
my hand in.
You do when you miss it, don't you, when you don't create?
Yeah.
I know.
So this is the topper reduced to 75%. This is the topper increased to 150%.
Wow.
And this is the topper done fit to page. And you can see you're losing none of the clarity.
It's incredible, isn't it? Especially when you think that she's painted the backgrounds as well.
I mean, look at those bluebells.
It's phenomenal.
We just think about her painting the animals, but she was the whole shebang, wasn't she?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Credible
and then
lady.
These are the backing papers, one of the backing papers printed at A4, then at A3.
Beautiful, aren't they?
And then, look at this.
Oh, look at this.
We've done decoupage. Now, it's not ordinary decoupage, it's freestyle decoupage because Pollyanna painted in a medium called gouache. And so there are no solid lines. And so this you can cut out the dog and what have you. Put that in an A4 frame. A3.
Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful painting? It's
and we allow you to do this.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, they're just beautiful, Lynda. Right, Ethan, I want you to do me a favour. Go right the way down the counter and have a look at these samples. And then I want you to come round here and have a look at these for me as well, please. And then, do you want to show us something on the computer?
I shall show you how.
But what a great way. If you make and sell, that is going to become your best friend. And it is shop ready. You're going to get everything, including the SVG or the template for the box itself. You're going to get all those cards in different sizes, all the artwork, the label for the front, what can we call that? A wraparound?
A wrap, yes.
We'll call it a wraparound. I don't like
or
belly
just
band.
A band.
It's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you've got that and you can make and sell. Now, Ian was making these last Christmas. They've got their own inserts. They've got the envelopes in there and the box, everything made from scratch. And he was selling them at £5 a box. Couldn't make them fast enough. There you go.
I actually made...
Business in a box, that.
We have a place where I was taking, when Colin was having his radiotherapy treatment last year, I used to take Lexi to a place called Northumberlandia. And it's the biggest land sculpture. It's made from the spoils from the open cast coal mine. She's also known as the Slag of the North because it's made out of slag from the waste. And it's a naked lady. You can walk on her boobs and walk on her head and things. And I got friendly.
That's like a good Friday night out, isn't it?
I got friendly with the girls in the cafe, and I actually made some stuff for them to sell. And I made boxes of these for Christmas with Christmas cards. And I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
I bet you did.
You know, instead of making for work, I was making for pleasure, which was very different.
Absolutely.
Can I just show you
yes,
this?
you need
Can
to
we
come and
show
have a good
this?
look at this. This is
This
beautiful.
was made by one of my girls, Sam Freeman, and this was made from a country walk. Imagine if you haven't got a lot of money, but you want to send somebody a special project, you can make this, and this will you know, absolutely thrill them to bits because you've made it personally. There are poems about, you know, the different breeds, and she's inked around the corners of them. It's a beautiful book.
It's
absolutely
stunning, isn't it? Sam, you've done a brilliant job on that. It's lovely.
And
well done.
You know, as I say, these are the most popular breeds that I could have chosen, but that is a gift that is made with love, and that's the best gift you can give, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yes. And there's the back.
Not
so that is just something. That's a project.
It's beautiful.
But if you do a page wrong, it's not the end of the world.
No,
you haven't lost that page and never to have again, because this is endless. You can print and print and print and print.
I know, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you can print on the medium that you want when you want. That's the great thing about it. Right,
so,
let's have a quick look on the PC
morning,
and then we'll get Ian to do us a
at
demo.
lunchtime, I showed you how our downloads work. So they come to you the same as Highlight Crafts. They come as zipped files. We compress them so they come to you a bit quicker. Now, I have to tell you that the countryside walk, a walk in the country, is 3.6 gigabytes.
Okay.
Now, I used to sell them in DVD-ROMs. These wouldn't fit on a DVD-ROM. They would only just to say fit on a USB.
Yep.
And they would be at least $39.99. You are getting this for $19.99.
Absolutely.
So please, 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 please be patient. I know you're not patient. I know you want things yesterday. You want it before you even know you need it.
It's still faster than waiting for the postman.
It is. It
and
is.
walk away from the computer while it's doing it. Go and do something else, because if you sit there waiting, you'll go crazy. Just walk away
they all
and do
come
else.
as zip files. So the first thing you have to do is extract them, unzip them. And then our digital downloads can be used on Windows PC. I'm going to now start saying Windows 8 and later, but they are future-proof. As long as you've got an up-to-date version of Adobe Reader, these will last you Windows 15, Windows 20. All other devices that you can connect a printer to, you can use these downloads, but you use them in a different way. You can't use the interface.
Right.
So when you unzip the file, if we look at this side here, please, Ethan, you will see you've got two folders there. You've got autoplay and you've got autorun.exe or autorun, it'll say. If you've got anything other than a Windows PC, and I'm talking Macs, iPhones, iPads, Chromebooks, anything that you can connect a printer to, you want to play with the files. So you go into autoplay, docs, which is short for documents. You click on that and all the files are there for you. If you have a Windows PC, you want to run the files. So you click on autorun.exe. Now, sometimes you will get a warning. Do you want to use this file? Because, and I'll tell you why that warning comes up, and it only ever comes up once. It comes up because the software that we use to create that exe file, they have not paid Microsoft tens and tens and tens of thousands of pounds to get a certificate. But I can assure you, I've been using that piece of software for 20 years and it's perfectly safe. And all you do is click run anyway. And you'll only ever see that message once, because the next time your computer, Microsoft recognises.
Okay, great.
So you click on autorun.exe and this is what you get, this landing page.
That's
you get
lovely.
You get a beautiful picture of Pollyanna, and this is Angel the barn owl, who she rescued from a pet shop.
Yeah, she's just beautiful.
And a little bit about her, and it says, click here to enter a country walk gallery. So you click on there, and there's your 10 pieces of artwork. Slightly different way to the way we did most of our Pollyanna CD-ROMs, in that your backing papers, your sentiments and everything are in this finishing touches category. but I'll show you the main item to start off with. So click on the picture you like, and here's all your different toppers. Look at that myriad of toppers you've got
absolutely.
there. Click on next. You've got your insert. So you've got them faded, you've got them with sentiments, you've got them without sentiments, but you've got different sentiments there that will fit in where you've got your blanks. Click on next. You've got panels. This is your freestyle decoupage. So you've got A5, A4, and then you've got slightly smaller. Click on next again. You've got a perpetual calendar, and you've got a ready-made card there.
Perfect.
Next again, and you've got your boxes. So you've got hexagonal boxes, you've got pillow boxes, and then you've got the backing papers to print on the inside, because you can print double-sided.
Absolutely.
So your inside looks as good as your outside. Click on next, and you've got your tags, and you've got a stack of card that goes down smaller.
Yeah.
When your next button changes to grey, that's everything that's in that
Okay.
section.
Perfect.
So you're going to get everything that you've just seen times 10.
Wow.
Go back home, click on finishing touches, and here's where your decorative papers
Wow.
are.
Okay.
Portrait and landscape.
Yep.
Because sometimes if you're doing a bigger card, it won't fit if you do it portrait.
No.
So you need landscape.
Everything's
So
been
click
thought
on here, and there's your
These are
decorative
lovely.
papers, but they're all in different shades. So you've got green, you've got orange, you've got blue, you've got purple, you've got grey, and you're back to blue again. Now,
Wonderful.
we can't have two buttons with the same name on, so you have to go back through it again.
Right, okay.
Then you've got your essential papers, then you've got your solid colours, light, medium and dark. So you've got your mattes and lays.
Yep.
You've got alphabet tiles
Oh, look at those.
in all the solid
They're
colours.
fabulous.
Click on back. You've got essential sentiments.
Fabulous.
Click
All
on
right,
back.
question. Can I scan that in and cut it out?
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah. You've got
I
essential.
know it was coming. The question from every show. I know. Brilliant.
You've got essential sentiments. You've got borders, and you've got them portrait and landscape, and you've got the solid borders as well. And then you've got envelope liner templates,
Love
so
that.
you can print your decorative papers, and then you've got your envelopes to match. And Pollyanna, bless her,
Oh,
she's
she
even
hasn't.
let us to use this. In fact, she
That makes
gave
me
us a
proper look
signature
at
to make a stamp out of, and I said, Pollyanna, I can't do that because they might be writing checks out. And stamping
Do you
your
know what? That's
signature.
the kind of innocent person that
But
she was, isn't it? I
she
love
was.
that.
So you go
Oh,
home
look-
again,
oh,
and
how
that
fabulous
you
is
get
that?
in each of the collections.
That's wonderful, Lynda. Honestly, isn't that a fabulous, fabulous collection?
And
Just amazing.
the smaller, the donkeys, the Norton and Dennis, they all work in the same way with the autoplay and the auto run. The ready-made cards, they don't have an interface because they just fold.
Yes.
But with that, let's see, I'll just minimise that. So this one here, you'll see here you've got cards. So if I open that, 4x4, 5x5, 5x7, 6x4, 6x6, A5 and DL. Click on A6 and we'll just open one up.
Oh,
there's
look at that.
there's your card just to cut out.
It's just beautiful.
And then you've got your envelope, you've got your insert to match, and then you've got your box to make all those packs of card.
I mean, why would you not want that? As I think most crafters are animal lovers, aren't they?
Oh, yes,
You know,
yes.
the two seem to go hand in hand. So what a great opportunity to get a lot for a little. So Shop Walk is going to get you everything that Lynda has just shown you for $19.99. Best Friends, that's the
Dudley and
Dudley.
Sydney.
Dudley and Sydney was $6.99. Shop Friend. Dennis the Fox, Shop Fox, $6.99. Norton the Badger, Shop Badger, $6.99. And Shop Ready will get you the Compendium of Ready-Made Cards, Volume 1. Tells me that there are more to come.
Yes.
There you are, you see. No, like the back of my hand. Right, can we go and do a demo?
Yes,
of Ian?
let Ian do some
Can
work.
I have your microphone?
You can.
We will get you another one.
Yes.
In fact, I'll vinyl it and foil it for you so it says Lynda.
With my name on.
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
HRH. Right, my lovely Ian.
Right.
Just introduce yourself to our new viewers because they might not have met you before.
Right, so I'm Ian. I've been with the Crafty Witches from the very beginning. I've been with Lynda for a long while, like
Have you?
in the background.
God
But
bless
I've been. I was approached. Actually, this is really good considering we're witches. I was approached on Halloween 2 years
Were
ago
you?
to come and be part of the TV
How
team.
funny!
For us.
Brilliant.
What a great day to have the offer made
Yeah,
to me. So,
absolutely. And here you are.
yeah, and I thought she was on the cooking sherry at the time, like round the cauldron.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
She's known for that. I saw her during lockdown drinking out a wine bottle in the car park. And you think I'm joking? I'm not. You did in the car park during lockdown. Honestly, I'm telling you. You have no idea.
and when I started, like I was like any other paper crafter. I loved a paper pad. I loved the smell of a paper
Me
pad
too.
and all of that. But when I saw her on In Another World and Another Life, and she got the USB, it was like a bomb going off in my head.
Right.
Like, what can I do with this?
I know, right?
I can reprint. I can, if somebody wanted the same card twice, 20 times, 50 times, I could do it as many times as I want. And I was
Absolutely.
just so excited about it. And then, again, when you talk about, do I know how to do it and how, downloading and all of that, I'd been doing the stuff for a previous company that she worked for, and they used to come to us, as they do now, as a digital download.
Yes.
And when she said the Crafty Witches was going to be digital download, I sat at home with my hands on my face going, oh, it's not coming on a USB anymore. What am I going to do? I'd been doing it for ages. It coming through the laptop anyway, so I didn't realise. So I might think I know a little bit about computers and stuff, but I'm just as naive as everybody else.
Know
And
nothing.
it's well, that's the best way to be.
I walk
Isn't
past
it?
them and they go off. That's how bad I am. But if you go onto our YouTube channel, Highlight Craft's YouTube channel, there's a video on there with me, I know, showing you how to unzip files.
See, that's even better.
Download
isn't it?
and
That's
unzip.
really
So there's a video there waiting for you ready. So
That's
you'll be able to
superb.
do that. It's super easy. If I can do it, anyone can do it.
So the card I'm about today is, again, it's a really simple card, but it's just to say that you're not afraid of the white.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? And that means that even with your download, you haven't got to print loads of stuff off, and you can just use minimal amounts to using all the bells and whistles anyway.
Absolutely, because if you're making for selling for charity or making for selling for your own profit, this is perfect, isn't it? Because it's quick, it's simple, and you can make that card as many times as you like.
That's right, yeah.
Brilliant.
So with this one, I mean, I have printed the toppers off and just at normal size. I then printed off one of the decorative papers.
Nice.
And again, with the Lynda's words always mix, match and harmonise.
Oh, mix, match
so
and harmonise.
we've got the brown, like sort of the caramel browns, if you like, to go with it. And then I just thought it lended itself well to add in a tiny little bit of satin gold into it. So again, we've all got little bits and bobs in our stash. So again, you aren't using a full piece, are you?
No,
You're just using
absolutely.
a tiny bit.
And what's really interesting about that is when I did a scrapbook course in America many years ago, the best thing I learned on that course was if you've got a picture of a little girl with the yellow flower in her hair, and the story is about the little girl, you mat it on the skin tone of the little girl, so you see her face first.
Oh, wow.
If it's about the yellow flower in her hair, you mat it on yellow so you see the flower first. So automatically, without knowing it, you've done exactly that, because look at the colour in those dogs' eyes.
Eyes, yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
It's really interesting. And funnily enough, that must be, gosh, I'm going to say probably 20 years ago. And I had a lady come up to me at the NEC at November, and she said, I just want to say thank you, because that tip you gave me has made a world of difference. Isn't it funny how things like that stick with people?
And those are really good tips as well, because like we're all learning. Every day's a school day, isn't it? Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. So again, with this, and this is why I'm saying it's little bits. That's 2.5 by 5 3/4.
Right.
And then I've just gone down 1/4 inch.
Perfect.
As I do.
Lovely.
Sorry, I've gone down 1/8 inch. Sorry,
An inch.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I normally go down everything to 1/4 inch, so I'm just sort of popping them
lovely.
together to give it a tiny little border, and then I'm just going to pop the glue on the back. The reason I've picked the chocolate Labrador, I'm terrified of dogs, man.
Oh yeah, why?
Yeah. Many moons ago, when I was a paper boy,
Oh, I used to have the paper in.
I was. It wasn't like horrible, but I was mauled, not by an Alsatian.
Right.
But he wasn't. I'd seen him as a pup.
Yeah.
And he just didn't like the orange bag that the papers were in, and he frightened the life out of me. The reason I picked the chocolate Labrador, my best friend, he's not with us anymore, bless him, Ben, and he was, 7 stone or whatever she called it, or whatever it was, and huge, great thing. And I used to walk through the door and he used to pin me up the wall like this, and she'd say, it's all right, he won't hurt you. And then and he loved me that much. I'd go in and sit down on the chair and he'd come and join me on the chair, like, you know, and he very much like Lexi. He'd like to sing as well, and he liked to dress up and all that. So our Emily used to dress him up in all sorts of manners of clothes. So I saw this on the kit, it's perfect for cards for our Em and Louise, like, you know, but it is...
Brilliant, isn't it?
It just reminds me of him. Just every time I look at him, I can see that little face, and I can think, butter wouldn't melt. I mean, my friend Louise, we do, because we print, like we were saying earlier on about printing onto different mediums. Louise's got an edible printer, so she prints this.
No, I get that bit, Lynda.
So
Lynda
Louise,
said you can't eat the printer.
So at some point or another, I will bring a cake that's been.
And we leave it for you as well.
Yeah.
What flavour will it be?
Well, it can be any flavour that we like. You can pick.
Look at Amber's face. That girl, honestly, is obsessed with food. And the more sugar in it, the better, right, Amber? Yes. Well, you worked in a bakery before you came here, didn't you? I did.
Oh, wow. Yeah, but it's, you know, like, because we use when we're doing the cakes and stuff, we use the decorative papers to go around the border.
Brilliant.
And then we take a topper and we enlarge it because we can.
Because we can.
Adobe Reader allows us to do lots of things.
Right, there you go.
And we enlarge it so that we can make that the focal point of the cake. I've then just got a little sentiment that comes on that top of page as well. And again, what I've done with this, and you don't have to, because if you look at it, what did I do? Doesn't matter. It's got like a border around it itself already, so you can do it with a pair of scissors. I've just used some nesting dies and just.
I think most of us have dies by now, don't we?
That's right, and I've just picked it up and just popped it on, and then I've got a little bow. And again, you've got all these kind of things, haven't you, in your stash? But if you haven't, you know, there's lots of SVG files out there and dies that go with it. And I've just popped a little.
Are you bringing SVG files, Lynda? Excellent.
I think that's why I wasn't going to say, but we have got. Well, maybe.
That'll be exciting.
But we have got like bows on our SVG files as well, so which is so good as well to have in this set. And then I've just popped a couple of gems on just at the bottom, just to balance it out, because like we all like to work in odd numbers, don't we?
We
so
do.
It's
lovely.
And
right,
there
let's
you
stand
go.
that up and then show our lovely friends at home. How
And
fabulous is that?
And it's a really simple and quick card, isn't it?
Lovely, that.
Not too much.
Do you know what? When you've got artwork like Pollyanna's, you don't need much else, do you? Because it speaks for itself.
Well, Mel, I love flowers. I love flowers on everything. And
do you?
But Lynda always says, like, leave the frippery. That's right, isn't it, frippery?
It doesn't need frippery.
Because you've got the artwork does all the talking.
Absolutely, it doesn't. I mean, it's the most beautiful artwork you'll ever come across, in my opinion. Pollyanna was incredible. Hang on, you need a mic. Let me come round, then you can talk into mine.
You've got a black
We're
dog.
We're professional here, aren't we?
A black dog or a brown dog. But, she makes the coat stand out because she puts the sheen on it.
I've never, honestly,
fabulous.
We had the privilege. Well, we all had the privilege. If we worked at Create and Craft, of going into the studio and seeing those paintings. And honestly, every single hair on or feather on every single animal was just immaculate. The artwork was absolutely sensational. I'm going to go at the mic off Ian, and then you don't need to talk into my chest, because that's not pleasant for anybody, is it? There we go. Let's get you on.
Pollyanna came to the studio. She was only supposed to come the first time. And I'd never met her before she came to the studio. They said, yes, we could use their artwork. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't until about 10 minutes before she was due to come in, I had a little mini panic attack thinking, oh my goodness, what if she doesn't like it? What if she comes in and says, nah, no chance, and walks back out again? And I remember she walked in, these two big blonde ladies, tall Amazonian ladies, and she just came in and she stood and she looked and she just went, wow. And I thought, oh, I love you.
I know, that's probably
And we became good friends. And after that, I couldn't keep her away from the studio.
She loved it, didn't
but
she?
as well, she always liked to make a card. And now Anna Lou likes to make cards.
She? Oh,
and
love
we
that.
will bring Anna Lou to the studio here. And she will bring some of Pollyanna's paintings and some what we call upsells. And it was a joy. I remember, I'll tell them this, she once decided she was going to wear false eyelashes.
Oh, funny.
So she put these false eyelashes on because she always looked so glamorous.
Oh, she was elegant.
Very elegant, yes. So she put these false eyelashes on, and we always had Anna Lou in the studio because she was like Pollyanna's comfort blanket.
Oh, she was. Yes, absolutely.
They went
and
everywhere.
Anna Lou is her daughter, isn't she, for those of you that don't know.
And the heat from the studio light started to melt the glue that was keeping the eyelashes, and you could just see this eyelash coming down like a spider. So we had to go to a break so we could fix her eyelash. And then as well, if you go on YouTube, we've shown Amber.
Amber was crying.
Go on YouTube and put in Pollyanna Pickering and Dean Wilson. We made It'll Be All Right on the Night with a piece of VT from a Strictly Come Crafting.
We did.
Where Pollyanna took out half the set with her.
She did.
And it was so funny.
It's very funny.
Because it's one of the few times I've ever seen Dean Wilson lost for words.
I know, right? That doesn't happen very often.
It doesn't happen very often, but it was amazing.
Sharon's just remember when Dean painted on her painting.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Pollyanna was doing a border collie painting because she used to come and paint live on air. And Dean used to like say, I think it just needs a touch here. This painting was a border collie with paw standing up against a dry stone wall with a Christmas holly bush with a robin and white snow across the bottom. And he said, oh, I just think it needs a little tweak like that. So she gave him the brush, and normally the brush didn't have anything on it, but this time she forgot it had black paint on it. And he went like that. And there was this painting was nearly finished. And he went like that, and he turned to me and he said, oh, Lynda, what have I done?
I know, can you imagine? Mortified.
But what she didn't tell him, she had a wicked sense of humour, was that it was gouache and she could paint over it. So she let him think things ruined the painting.
I love that.
That was brilliant.
I love that. I love that she got one over on our Dean.
So shall we let Ian carry on with some more demos? I've got to make him earn his money.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to earn your money, Ian. Got to crack that whip, kid. Right, what we're going to do now?
I might get sacked, hadn't I? Did you remember from this morning? Like, on
Right,
probation.
he's on probation. 5 months probation after today.
it was
Came
3
in with
months
3, I
earlier.
know, right? That's what happens when you walk in here, it all goes wrong.
Right, what we're going to look at now is the ready-made cards. And the reason
Wonderful.
I'm doing this is because I just think it's so simple to do, but so... Like I said, it's £5 a box. I was selling loads of them at Christmas, and that's what's really good about them. And I mean, like you'll see on our brand page as well, there are other collections as well as the Pollyanna ones that we've got. So there's so much more you can
I know,
you
go
can
and have
do
a
with
look in
them.
that brand shop. Have a rummage around.
That's it. There's
Fabulous.
so much good stuff in there. Right, the other bit is there. So I'm going to show you all the little bits that I always bring my menu, as I say. That often. So
lovely.
this is the. What did you call it?
A wrap.
A wrap, yeah. Like so, you've got four. You've got 4 on the page.
4 wraps.
Yeah. You'll get we're using the small one because we're doing a 6x4, but you get them so they fit the size of that. So that gives you a really professional
fabulous.
look, like the compendium of cards, and you can have 12 or 6s in, but you've got 4 on those on the small ones and 3 on the larger
Wonderful.
ones. Now I'm doing this because I wanted to show you, because I cut these out with scissors.
Right.
Because I'm a great believer now in like people that are starting out, what do you need? These are the PDFs. Right. But like as Lynda said, you've also got them as SVG files, so you can just cut them on your scan and cut or your silhouettes, or you can, whatever you've got. But you can do it as well.
Perfect. Brilliant.
And you get a lid and a base. So I've just written on what you get.
Perfect.
This is the card. So I've picked the panda because I absolutely love pandas. And I love Anna Lou's stories about the pandas as well, like, and the toilets where they were when they were doing it as well. That's another
we'll
fun
get
one.
all these stories off Anna Lou when she comes in.
That's what you got to do.
I love it.
like she said, the insert to match as well. And again, these have all been printed on like a 140, 160 GSM. But I mean, normally what I do with my inserts, I use like a lower weight, like 120 or something. And my envelope's the same, but I've just done these on the 160. And again, the envelope to match. And I don't know if you can get in and see, but you've got the score, like the faux stitch, as I call it, the score line, so you know exactly where to do to fold the card up. Okay, so I've done the box already. I've scored it already, and like just you don't have to do this, but I mean I've just put on lid and base, so I know exactly what I'm doing.
Absolutely,
what I'm doing.
No, whatever makes it easier.
Just for quickness, I'm just going to use a bit of a tape pen to go. But again, I normally use when I'm making these boxes, I use wet glue.
Yeah, I would too. It's stronger, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'll just so that
and you can get it edge to edge as well.
Yeah,
can't you, which
I've just scored it, and again, do you know, and this is the funny thing, you know, we all want scoreboards. I know you've got your new
5-in-1 trimmer.
5-in-1 trimmer. But if you haven't got anything like that, I've done this on a table.
Yeah.
So what I did, I'll just pop that one there, is all I've done is I've taken the faux stitch and I've just folded it over and then gone again, and then just got my burnish tool and sort of knocked it down.
I think that's a really good idea when you start. You've got to be careful, haven't you, where you start? Because if you buy bad tools, you blame yourself.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not necessarily you. I mean, for years and years and years, I'd have people say, I can't even cut a straight line. You can. It's the trimmer that you're using that isn't cutting the straight line, not you.
That's right.
So I think it's twofold, really. If you invest in the right tools, you'll get a really good finish. But at the beginning, you don't know what you're going to like and what you're not, right?
That's right,
So
I use
like
the edge of the tape. And I've done that with this just to show you that
Absolutely,
you don't need all the, as I always say, the bells and whistles. If you haven't got it, you can do these. All you need is an office printer, really, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then all I've done is I've just put some taping on there, and then what I do is I just turn
it over and trim it off.
Trim that bit off, and trim that bit off.
There you go.
So that's given me my band, and then I'm just wanting to put I put all the things on together because it's so much easier than, you know, like when you've got it all made up. So I'm just putting that on to give you. So this one's going to have the 6 in. So there was one with 12 in. So this would have 6 in.
These are great, aren't they? If you make and sell, these are going to be fabulous. But just as it gets, you know, once people know that you make cards, first of all, they want to buy them for all the friends. So doing a box like this, if you work in an office or a school or anywhere where you've got a lot of employees, you take one of these in, coming up to Christmas, they're all going to want them.
Well,
aren't they?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, do you know what another story is about this? Many moons ago, in another world, as Lynda loves to call it. Another world. That's it. Another life. She did USBs, and she did. There was a box envelope, and I wrote into before I was even on the team or anything like that. I wrote into the Facebook page, and I said, "Listen, I'm a man, and it's well known that men can't multitask and we're lazy. Like, you know." Can you do me an SVG file that cuts the box out?
Right.
Because I don't want to keep scoring. I just want the scan and cut to do it all for me. So it's done and dusted.
Right.
And she went, job done. And then I was on, she mentioned me on Creating Craft, but I'd got envelope boxes on the USB. So I thought that was amazing. When these come out and they've got boxes, I thought I'd won the lottery.
Right.
Because you can use these now for making your other cards. You don't, I mean, yes, it's in the kit for this, but I use these boxes for everything.
Absolutely, and they're scalable, right?
Yeah, that's well, of course on the scan and cut we can make them as big, but what we've also done is we've already scaled them for you.
Yes.
So you've got all of those 7 sizes scaled.
If you want already. The in-between ones, you can then do them in millimetre increments. I'm going to teach you how to score on your scan and cut with the blade.
Oh wow, that'll be good.
Right, that's good. Because you know when you've got a scoreboard and you go in that groove has got a width, it's got a measurement to it, hasn't it?
That's right, yeah.
So you know when you buy pre-scored cards and they're always bigger on the back or the front than they are on the other side?
That's right, yeah.
That's because that measurement has to be subtracted from one end. When you score with a blade, it's a line. So it has a height or a width, but it doesn't have both. So it's absolutely perfect. Making boxes with the scoring the blade, I'll teach you how to do that next time
I'm looking forward to that.
It'll be good, won't it? It's good though, isn't it? We'll mix it together. I will, yeah.
So
that's all right. You can stalk me, I don't mind.
So again, I've cut the card out and I've cut it with my scissors. I haven't used no special tools and everything.
No.
And again, the same with the insert.
You're very good with a pair of scissors, Ian, I'm going to say that.
Oh, thank you.
Because those lines are immaculate.
It does take some doing.
Hold your breath and stick your tongue out while you're doing that.
Yeah, oh yeah. And again, you're just putting your insert in. Again, you can just put it in one way, just one line there, but I always put it with two. And there, so you've got your insert
See,
in.
how lovely is that?
And then
I love these envelopes.
the envelopes. I mean, you could use that almost as a template as well.
You could.
Couldn't you? But again, you've got the beautiful patterns. And I mean, I'll just pop a bit of tape pen on this together. And that's it. I know that's going to be over there with the tape, but I'd normally do that with a bit of glue.
Yeah, fine.
And the card fits in perfectly.
Stunning.
And there you go. And then that's just one of the 12 cards you can fit in to build your boxer.
Good job. There you go. Look at that. Right, I'm going to nick your microphone now.
Okie doke.
I'm going to do a recap. Come with me. Come on, Lynda. Let's do this recap. I'll tell you what. I'll flick through this.
Right.
And you can tell us which is
Okay.
which, and then I'll give you the code. How about that?
So this is your a walk in the country, or a country walk. 10 of the most popular breeds of dog: Border Terrier, German Shepherd, Border Collie, Chocolate Lab, a black and a yellow lab, your Golden Retrievers, your Springer Spaniel, your West Highland Terrier, your Jack Russell, and your King Charles Spaniel. And these are all areas in the Peak District, near where Pollyanna lived. You've got some that are wintry, you've got some that are summery. Beautiful cards.
Absolutely stunning.
Beautiful.
So that is Shop Walk, 1999.
And then this is what you get in each of the 10 kits. So you can see everything there. I think that if you're just starting on your crafting journey, digital crafting is the answer, because you can
Absolutely.
spend a small fortune. But if you're not very confident about putting colours together, we've done everything for you. There is nothing there that stands. If we put pink in that, it would stick out like a sore thumb.
Absolutely.
Because there's no pink in the artwork.
No.
But we've taken the guesswork out of it for you and done the hard work. So you know, if you make a card from that particular collection, it will be perfect.
Yes, it will. And that, all of that collection, just that one there is $1.99.
Yeah, on this, yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Because you're getting 10 of them. Right, next.
These are your ready-made cards. So these are your 10 pieces of artwork that we've used. You've got British wildlife there. You've got exotic wildlife there. You've got a tiger. You've got Elsa the lioness. You've got the panda. You've got a stag. You've got something there for everybody, haven't you? Now, you can craft with these and you can be teaching your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews, your children all about wildlife and how we've got to conserve it and look after it.
So that one is Shop Ready.
This is Best of Friends, and this is Dudley, and it could be also be Sydney, who was Dudley's best friend. They came to Pollyanna just for a few weeks and stayed 2 years in the paddock. And again, it's a kit that's... it's beautifully put together, and again, everything is there that mix, matches and harmonises. You can't fail to make a good kit. But the decorative papers, Ian's obsessed with decorative papers. There's not a paw print or a hoof print anywhere in any of these collections.
Absolutely.
So you're building up a library of decorative papers together with the essential papers and the solid patterns.
Yeah, I'm with Ian on that.
The solid colours.
So that one is Shop Friend, and that is $6.99.
Now, this
is beautiful
Dennis
colour
the Fox,
palette.
and this is from a collection of paintings that I call the sketchbook collection, because if we look here, Ethan, this is Pollyanna's handwriting.
I remember bringing
Beautiful
those in.
handwriting. So this was, it gives you the animal, and it gives you its habitat and a little bit of writing about it.
It's fabulous,
Beautiful
isn't it?
collection.
Stunning.
So you've got the foxgloves, which is where we get that magenta from.
Yeah, it's lovely.
And Dennis is always been a favourite with the crafters.
Yeah, he's lovely, isn't he?
Beautiful eyes. Pollyanna always started her paintings with the eyes, because the
eyes.
eyes are the windows to the
Yeah,
soul.
I remember telling
And
me
remember, folks, all of these animals have had or have a heartbeat.
Yeah. Shop Fox is going to get you Dennis the Fox. Love
Then we've
Norton
got
the
Norton
Badger.
the Badger and his
Badgers
friend.
are massive, aren't they?
Do you know, I've never seen, I've seen ones by the side of the road,
No,
obviously, but I've never seen...
We went up to the Lake District a few years ago and stayed in this little old cottage that had a candlewick eider down on the bed.
gosh, my
Right.
nana used
There
to
you
have eider
go.
downs
We
like that.
opened the window, opened the curtains, and it's full of donkeys, sheep,
Yeah.
cat. It was absolutely magic. But we saw there was a badger at night. I'm not kidding you, Lynda. It
Yes,
was
they are
this
big.
size.
Yeah.
They're huge.
My dad lives in a cottage now, because sadly Mum passed, but he lives in the same cottage up in the wilds of Northumberland. He's still there, and you can hear the silence.
Yes, that's exactly what it was
You can hear
like.
the sheep munching on the grass, and when you open the curtains on a morning, you never know what you're going to see in the garden or walking up the lane. There are deer in the wood. There's a fox goes by. There are badgers close by, red squirrels, and yeah, I'm just in my element there.
It's fabulous,
Absolutely,
isn't it?
yeah.
We have at the back of our house. It's all fields. It's fields all the way around, and there's 2 deer that live in the fields. Well, when Alice is 10 on Sunday. Lynda.
Never.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
When she was about 4, she came round at Christmas, and I picked her up and I took her outside, and it was snowing, and she saw this deer. And it's just starting to run like that. And she went, Nana, it's Rudolph. I went, yes, it is. She went running and she went, Daddy, Daddy. He went, what? She went, Rudolph's got a white bum. Because all you could see was this little white tail bobbing up and down. But Shop Badger is going to get you that. I mean, it's beautiful artwork, isn't it? With those bluebells. As Lynda is an expert at putting colours together, as is Becky.
Well, it's Becky that does this. I choose the artwork.
Becky's worked for some of the best companies in the craft industry, hasn't she?
She has, yeah. And I'm very lucky to have worked. I think of Becky as the daughter I never had.
Oh, that's lovely.
And we're so close, and I've got like 2 surrogate grandchildren with Nola and Bertie. Oh,
she's doing good.
She is. She's a mum of 2 now. We've got Nola, who is, I think she's 7 going on 17, and Bertie is 3 going on 33.
I love that.
He's been here before.
Has he?
Oh, yes.
I love that. Right. Thank you, everybody, for your company. I know it's not an hour that we normally do, is it? This is on our extended hours now, a couple of days a week. Wednesday, is it Wednesday? It is Wednesday. Wednesday being one of them. You come in here and it's like a time warp, isn't it? Time just disappears.
We have had the most fantastic day.
Good.
And I'd like to say thank you to everybody involved.
Oh, you're very welcome.
And now I will drive home 3 hours.
Oh, bless you.
But Lexi,
driving home now?
I'm driving home tonight, yes. So Lexi will be sat at the bedroom window waiting of me, and then I'll just get suffocated when I go in the door.
That.
And I'll get 10 minutes full on of kisses and singing. And,
how amazing is that? And when are you back?
And then I'll give Colin a kiss.
Oh, yeah,
when Lexi's finished.
Oh, I'm like that. As soon as I walk in, it's me and Bill.
We haven't got a date, but it'll be July because Ian's going on holiday and we're having a week's
holiday. I know. Where are you going?
Corfu.
Oh, lovely. How fabulous. Right, so Lynda will be back. But don't forget, on liveshopping.vip, she's got a brand shop. When Lynda leaves the building, the product stays on that website. So go and check out that brand shop, and don't forget to check out your baskets. We will see you on Highlight Crafts at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we've got another fun-filled day for you. Take care. Have a lovely evening. Thank you to Ian. Thank you to Lynda. And thank you to you.
Bye.
Bye.